Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. Dominaria Remastered is in full release as of Friday, so I scraped all the data off of TCG Player for the draft box sales during the pre-sale period and release day. In total, 3,250 boxes sold, including release day sales, at a total spend of $592,000, making for an average box price of $182. And of course, what can we compare it to? Just for fun, first, let's throw up our last two standard sets, and you see what we expect, that the premium product, Dominaria Remastered, had double the spend of these last two standard sets. And yeah, that's to be expected. It's got a lot better cards in it and a lot more value in the box. And even though the box is more expensive, people are willing to pay it to get those better cards. So to put it on a more even playing field, we'll compare it to Double Masters 2022, and we see, sadly, Dominaria Remastered barely sold 1/4 as much in terms of dollars. Now, in terms of boxes, it was about half, but there was a pretty big differential in box price. And it's interesting when I think about this, because when I think, what were some of the best cards from Double Masters 2022, and the stuff that comes to mind is Imperial Seal and Extortionist and Cavern of Souls, Mana Vault, Mana Drain, things like that. And then I kind of do the same exercise for Dominaria Remastered, and of course it's Force of Will and Sylvan Library, the Tutors, Urza and Yawgmoth. And what the feeling I kind of get about comparing those two sets, it's like Double Masters 2022 had a smaller group of ultra powerful cards at the top of the set. You know, things like Imperial Seal and the Extortionist, where Dominaria Remastered has a much broader group of just slightly less powerful cards and less sought after cards. But when you kind of come down to the second or third tier of cards in Dominaria Remastered, it's just hit after hit after hit of classics, things in need of reprint, great old cards, great art, retro frame, everything. And so it's like Dominaria or Double Masters 2022 was just a more concentrated set that reached higher and higher into the stratosphere of ultra valuable cards. I mean, Mana Vault, for God's sakes. And so it's understandable to me that Double Masters 2022 would sell so much better, because when you give people the opportunity to get those ultra powerful cards, they will really stretch their wallets wide to get them. And so it's reasonable to me. Dominaria Remastered has just slightly less powerful cards, in my opinion. It's got a more broad base of really good cards, great cards, but when you look at those ultra powerful ones, it's just not quite as good of a set as Double Masters 2022 was. So this seems understandable. Now, obviously there's other factors in play. It's 6-7 months later now than it was when Double Masters 2022 came out. The entire economic situation is just a little bit worse than it was back then. The attitude towards WotC is way worse than it was back then. Maybe people are kind of voting with their wallets now. We'll have to wait for more data to see if that's the case. But right now, this looks not entirely unreasonable that Double Masters 2022 would outsell Dominaria Remastered up to this point in their respective life cycles by this much. So let me know what you think about that. That's just kind of a weak theory when I was sitting here looking at these data, thinking about what could be the cause for this, how might I explain this, and what might an interesting theory be. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.